Hey there, internet drifters and friends. We are on the third video of RimWorld mods that I will be doing before I do a RimWorld Let's Play thingy, because I have a lot of mods. So this video, we're going to go over more simple stuff. Like we've gone over most of this stuff up here. Here, this video is about animals and the basic stuff that I changed with some mods. We've got the animals expanded, tropical, arid shrubland. Wow, I can't speak. Arid shrubland, boreal forest, extreme desert, which in my last video I thought that was an advanced biome, but I guess it's vanilla. Ice sheet, tropical rainforest, cats and dogs. So now we have more different kinds of cats and dogs. Temperate forest, Australia, because why not? Desert and tundra, which are all really cool, different, added animals. It doesn't really affect the game all that much. I think there might be some additional, like maybe the horns are a separate thing, but I'm not really sure. For the most part, it's just reskinning the animals with slightly different stats and makes the game a little more interesting because, well, animals, right? I've also got animals are fun, which in a normal game it allows you to use animals for recreation. So you can like play catch with them or take a walk with them, and that increases your recreation and it becomes a new recreation type among the other stuff. I don't know, like it's not really necessary, but I mean, come on man, animals are fun. If you have a pet, you might as well be able to have fun with them, right? And vanilla plants expanded, which I will show you when we get in there. Alright, I literally just chose, random stuff here. I don't really care about making sure that they survive. Do I have a pet? I do have a pet, but I can't force them to play with the animal. That's something I feel is very important. You can't force them to have fun with animals. They just do it at random. You see, we have so many more options. We got the beet plant, cabbage plant, eggplant. Wait, was eggplant there before? Maybe it was. Glow stool, onion, peas, peppers, tomato. I think that's it. That seems to be it. So we have all those different kinds of plants. I don't know why, but for some reason it doesn't seem to have any of the fruit trees available, which it should have fruit trees. Maybe you can't plant fruit trees in the boreal forest. That could be a thing. Oh no, that's right. You need to have the tree tech. And I don't think we have tree tech. We do not have tree tech. Finish that now. Now that we have finished the tree tech, now we have cherry trees, bearberry bushes, and the normal trees that we would already have. There are different trees depending on where you're at. I think the bearberry bush must count as a tree. Otherwise, it would have been there before we had the tech. But that's okay. I think there wasn't any other tech here. Now, here's the big one. You see all this stuff? I'm going to save this real quick and we'll be right back. Whoops. Oh, this is unexpected. So, the very first video, I did a thing on prepare carefully, and I forgot what the other one was, but this is the other one. So apparently it allows you to continue editing their stats even after creation, which is useful because then I can add a social condition basically. Slighted or rescued me. I can do whatever I need to do to make people exactly how I want them to each other, basically. Can make them have several deep talks. Let's deep talk with, I don't know who's on my screen, but let's say, who are all of these people? That's a lot of people. There's the purple-haired one. There. Deep talk with them. Okay. And now they instantly, like, I guess that's robins. They're both robins. Oh, okay. So I guess they're brother and sister. Whatever. They instantly like McFly robins a little bit better. It's just something that, you know, if you're trying to make conditions that you then want to write a story around and you want to create drama or you know, create closeness and connection, whatever, you can still apparently do that with this here, because it's just right here, down here at the bottom. And now we are going to add in vanilla textures expanded, and we're going to kind of look and see what the differences are based on what we just saw. The textures look more or less the same, and yet also not. See, these are definitely different. I think these are different. I'll have to wait until post because there's so much that I can't tell whether it's different. This is different because they're usually coins and not bars. But a lot of the retexturing is subtle. That's why it's vanilla expanded. And the next few videos are going to be like this with the expanded stuff. Although this is pretty short, so I might do the rest of my vanilla expanded in this video. It's kind of up in the air. We'll see. So yeah, it's really subtle what differences there are. These are all, I don't remember that being there. That was not there before. Although this is a really cool thing. It's almost like having your birch trees. I think birch. Maybe it's what's the other one? Cornucopia blah. I forgot what it's called, but there's one that like does 15 days, I think. And this one, yeah, 15 days. And it's got the same harvest yield, same growing time. The difference is that these you plant like plants. They don't take 5 million years like trees do to plant. And they give the same amount of wood. But that definitely was not there last time. Right? I don't know, man. That was weird. That should have come over with, I thought, with plants, but I guess it's part of textures. Creepy. Anyway, I think these might be slightly different, but it's so hard to tell. I'm gonna have to look at them in post and see while I'm editing if I can spot the differences, because it looks very vanilla. Oh look, there's a hedgehog. That's from the vanilla, I think the temperate forest, which I think they aren't necessarily biome locked. Some interesting stuff. There's some differences in these as well. You can check out the page, not in there. You can check out their mod page to see what examples they give. I still don't know what this is. We gotta find out. We have to. Get in there. What happened? McFly Robbins. I don't know why that came up. Oh. Oh, okay. So I guess it just gives me the chance to change stuff. But doesn't this down here do that too? That seems a bit redundant. Because yeah, I can just change all that stuff from here. What was that? What was that? What is this? What is this? Teleport. Oh, now that's neat. What does this do? Wow. That's pretty cool. Now I know why I still have that one installed. Because that can definitely be useful. This does not seem at all useful. It just allows you to open up this, which you can already open up this. And I can see it's changing it in the background there. So, not a whole lot of point. Maybe if I take God mode off, does it? Or if I take development mode off? No, it still lets me. I don't know. I don't know. That's definitely different. Look at that. That's neat. That's a slag graphic-y thing. Let's see. So I really like the vanilla expanded stuff because it allows the vanilla experience, but it expands on it. You see? They did really well with their naming. It still doesn't feel as OP as the, say, alpha biome stuff. I do have alpha animals here. I'm not going to install it. So just, you know, get used to that. I actually recorded doing all of this stuff and then found out that it didn't actually record. So we'll go over it one more time. We'll go over it all over again. It'll be great. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. It'll be great. It'll be awesome. So there are new tabs here. There's cooking expanded and brewing expanded tabs. The sushi adds, and the sushi and the stew adds to the cooking tab, and the coffee adds to the brewing tab. So keep that in mind when if you decide that you're going to do any of these. There are the cooking stuff adds the grill, the deep fryer, the condiment prep table, electric pot, soy sauce fermenter, although that might actually be the sushi that did that. Yeah, that was sushi. The canning machine and the cheese press. The way these things work is the cheese press, you choose what quality you want, and then you put in milk whenever you have it available. If you don't have it available, it'll just say, we don't have that. And then it just sits in there until it reaches that quality. If you don't choose a quality, it'll just stay in there indefinitely, and you'll just have to go get it out. When it reaches whatever quality you chose, then it sort of like auto shifts to signal for your people to come pick it up. So whoever is on hauling goes and picks it up. The canning machine creates cans of whatever you want. It requires 1 steel, but then puts the, you know, whatever you're canning into a format that will never spoil, regardless of being refrigerated. The temperature no longer matters. So that makes it incredibly useful at the beginning, so long as you have enough steel for it to be useful. We'll come back to that one. The electric pot does soups, which you prepare soups in here, and then you bring it over here and you choose which one you want to put on the stove. In the meantime, whatever uncooked soup you have is going to just kind of need to chill out somewhere, so you might want to have a refrigerator for that, definitely. Also, the soups that come out are actually a lot less filling than a normal meal, but you get more bang for your buck. It goes a lot farther, in my opinion. So I think that it pays to have at least one soup always cooking. It takes like 2 or 3 days. I don't remember how long it takes, but it takes a little while for them to cook. So it's not a starting sort of food source. It's more of a middle game sort of thing. Now here's the condiment prep table, and you've got all these different condiments, including luciferium powder, which I don't know what it does, but yeah, you can do it. A lot of these are for creating, and you can also mix condiments into kibble. A lot of these are for creating gourmet stuff. You can't do gourmet stuff. Yeah, I know, that's fine. You can't do gourmet stuff without one condiment. You just can't. So that is why the condiment table, I have actually found that allspice and sugar don't need any prep, and they are automatically condiments. So I cheat and use those. But you know, there's other things. I'm sure there's a reason to actually put in the work to do the prep. I just don't. So there's deep fryer, which if you don't have the fishing and sushi thing, then you won't have these options. You'll only have these options. And the deep fryer actually comes with it's sort of the food that you get from the deep fryer comes with the possibility of causing high cholesterol, which could lead to a heart attack. Then there's the grill, which makes grill things. I haven't really done a whole lot with this, but I mean, I'm sure that there are reasons to do it. So then we have the sushi prep table, which you have all these wonderful sushi things. I'm sure that they have some kind of buffs. A lot of them do. They may just be... Stop it. They may just be, you know, easier ways of using the ingredients. I'm not really sure. I haven't done a whole lot with the sushi, but it's nice to have the option available. And then there's the stew pot, which it works the same way as the soups. Here's the stews over here, and then you bring the uncooked stew over here. The thing about the stew is that it requires a fuel source instead of electricity. And the reason why this is important is because either one of these, if they do not have the power that they need in order to continue cooking, they will completely ruin the dish and it will disappear and all of your hard work is lost. So it might be a better option for those that have, you know, iffy power sources or a lot of solar flares or whatever. Along with the sushi thing is the soy sauce fermenter, which works basically the same way as cheese, only it uses soybeans, which, by the way, you now have a whole bunch of new things to grow, including mint, soybeans, lemons, tea, and coffee, and wasabi. I think that's it. Yeah. So then you could get into brewing. And the regular brewery, this is the vanilla brewery, you can make all these different things. Unfermented cider is made from fruit tree stuff. You can make a whole bunch of different kinds of alcohol stuffs. Gin, vodka, tequila, whiskey, and ambrandy, which is made from ambrosia. And I don't think has an addictive aspect to it, which is kind of amazing because ambrosia is addictive, alcohol is addictive. Why isn't ambrandy addictive? I have no idea, but here it is. And then you can take those and bring them to the bar and make, well, you can make this stuff from the bar as well instead of at the brewery. But you can also make cocktails and energy drinks, and you know, that adds a little bit more bonus to the recreation of drinking. Then there's the soda fountain, which you can make the soda syrup either from the brewery or from the wooden bar, and that also adds to, most of these add to recreation. And then we have the espresso machine, which has a bunch of different kinds. And based on what it is that you're looking at, they have different qualities. So instead of just like, you know, increasing the recreation, for instance, the Dalgona or Dalgona, I don't know how to pronounce it, that coffee, it does increase recreation, but it also has these awesome effects down here. And a lot of the teas and coffees have something in these effects. It's still got an addictive potential, but it might be worth the risk. Because look, research speed, come on, that's totally useful. That might be worth the risk of getting them addicted to coffee. So that is the majority of the cooking and brewing and everything. But then we have this wonderful fishing zone area thing here. And by the way, it does not start out allowing you to do a 4 square thing. I think it's like 25 or something. You have to go to options, mod settings, fishing. And then you can change the minimum fishing zone size. You can also change any of these other things here. And that makes it a little bit more functional. I mean, how much room do you really need? Look at this guy. So you come here. He's not fishing that far in out, but still, like, maybe you want to make your zone out that way, and then make your zones like that. That way they're doing it in a straight line, because who fishes diagonally, right? So I think that the 4 square makes it more realistic in some ways, because to be honest with you, it doesn't take that big of a space to fish. It just takes a decent sized lake to have fish in it, or whatever. This is actually him fishing in a marsh, which I don't know if that's possible in real life, but I'm going to go with it. You have to watch out for their ability. It'll take the animals, because if you don't have it on the right setting here, if they're set to catch large fish, but they only have like a 2 in animals, it's going to take them longer to fish that out than they are capable of handling. So they'll probably end up having a mental break just because they sit here fishing, and there's no break. You just sit there and you fish until you catch something, and then they can try to go eat or sleep or whatever they need to do. So if they don't catch a fish for, you know, the entirety of the day, and they're still sitting there trying to catch that fish at the end of the day, and they haven't eaten and they haven't slept, what else is going to happen, right? So make sure that you put the right the right, you know, thing for your people. And I don't know how you're going to keep them away from certain spots. You know, if you have some that are small, some that are large, you'll have to experiment with how that works out. There's some other nifty mods that I have that are related to both the cooking and the fishing, but we're going to do that in the next video, along with probably the rest of the vanilla expanded stuff. Because this it's a lot, but it's not a lot. You know what I mean? And I don't want to make this video too terribly long. So, oh, and as far as the fish, there are many different kinds of fish. There's like, I think 4 to 6 different kinds of fish based on the biome that you are in, which, you know, doesn't sound like a lot. And that's, I think, 4 or 5 different per these. So it's more like somewhere between 12 and 15 different kinds of fish in each biome. I think some of them might overlap, but it doesn't matter. That's a lot of fish. And you can get overrun with fish. Trust me. Especially the small ones, because they don't count for a whole lot. Look at this. Look at this. 0.01 nutrition. By comparison, let's God mode this thing. 1 meat, and all meat has the same thing, is 0.05. So you have 5 of these for every 1 of these. That's gonna add up. That's gonna just, you need a lot of space to be able to keep these anchovies. Or can them. Can the fuck out of them, because canning them turns them into these size stacks. Each can of fish, I believe. Let's try it. Each can of fish is 0.05. So that collapses it into this size. But then when you get into bigger fish, they are worth more than 0.05. So, you know, try to keep that in mind when you're building your place if you use the fishing mod. And that, I believe, is it for this video. Like if you liked the video, subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you guys when you drift into the next video.